Hey everybody, Jennifer Schaus here. We're coming to you live today from Washington, D.C. And thanks for joining us in our webinar series. Hopefully everybody can see our screen. We had a couple technical difficulties here getting started, so thanks for bearing with us. Today is our final webinar in our 2023 series. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our next slide. So as everybody probably knows, all of our webinars are complimentary and recorded. If you hop over to YouTube, you'll get alerts anytime we upload any new content. We've got over 600 webinars all related to government contracting on that site. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'd love it if you'd like any of our videos or leave a comment. If you're looking just for the PowerPoint, you can click on the slideshare.net site and log in with your LinkedIn credentials. That will get you the PowerPoint, and there's no cost for that either. Okay, a little bit about us. We are based in downtown DC and primarily work with established government contractors who have typically a couple million in sales through federal channels, through federal contracts. We primarily help them with GSA schedules and some of the other services that you see here on your screen. We also put on events and conferences throughout the year. You can find those on our website as well. In the event that you are selling to federal contractors, so banks, law firms, insurance companies, payroll firms, some of the data aggregators, we do offer advertising opportunities both in our newsletter, in our webinar series for next year. That would be 2024 and other channels. So if you want one of our media kits, just send us an email to the hello@jenniferschaus.com and we'll send you pricing. Some upcoming events and specialty webinars include coming up in 2 days will be Friday, November 17th at 12 o'clock with our friends over at the Federal Forecasting app. We're going to go through finding federal contract opportunities. It's a 2-part series, so this is part 1. And then we move on to, and a couple weeks after that, Thursday, December 7th, with the Virginia PTAC, which is now the Apex Accelerator. This is a complimentary webinar on GSA schedules. You can find all of these links on our website under the event tab. Even though these are not events, these are webinars. The part 2 of the Finding Federal Contract Opportunities will be on Thursday, December 14th. So the first one again is this Friday, November 17th. Second one is Thursday, December 14th. And then we jump out a little bit further to February of 2024 for a marketing class with the Virginia PTAC. Other than that, we want to hop over and thank our sponsors, which is why our webinars are complimentary. So GovEvents, Fairfax County, and Set Aside Alert. So GovEvents, they are the premier platform for posting events related to government and government contracting. You can find all of our webinars and events on govevents.com, as well as our recordings from past 600 plus webinars. The Virginia PTAC, I'm sorry, let me go back here, jumping around a little bit. We want to thank Tom Johnson and his team at Set Aside Alert. They're the go-to publication for contracting opportunities for small women-owned, veteran-owned, hub zone, and 8A firms. Visit setasidealert.com for more information. The Fairfax Economic Development Authority has an online calendar of events and webinars, and we want to thank them for posting our events and webinars on their calendar. The Virginia PTAC over at, or Apex Accelerator over at George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia offers free one-on-one counseling to established government contracting firms in Virginia on federal, state, and local procurement topics. If you're interested in learning more, please use the links provided to explore services, review homework recommendations, register for live training, and find useful links to agencies and other self-directed learning. Online resources and group trainings are free with no restriction on business location. One-on-one counseling is, however, limited to eligible client companies. The Greater Reston Chamber of Commerce has a government contracting council, and they meet once a month. Their next meeting is Tuesday, December 19th. If you're interested in attending, please email Alicia Field at the Reston Chamber. Her email address is there at the bottom. The meetings allow you to network with peers, learn about upcoming events and opportunities, and help shape future programming. They typically take place on the 4th Tuesday of the month at 8:30 a.m. at the Greater Reston Chamber of Commerce in Reston. FBC, this is the Federal Business Council. Events are the ultimate engagement channel to bring government and industry together. 68% of government personnel report that they attend more than one event each year. FBC has worked with government and industry for 45 plus years to create gatherings where ideas are shared and to help government achieve its goals. This includes agency industry days, cybersecurity symposiums, tech expos, and offsite meetings. FBC provides full lifecycle meeting planning and event management. With over 5,000 meetings under their belt, FBC has the experience, systems, and personnel to make your next event exceptional. You can learn more at fbcinc.com. BidSpeed. Do you want help winning contracts? BidSpeed helps and you win. Find opportunities from every federal, state, local, and public source in the U.S. BidSpeed can help you find teaming partners, incumbent point of contact, expiring contracts, and also provide you with a compliance matrix and proposal templates. They are an official partner of the US SBA 7J Management and Technical Assistance Program. You can get started today at bidspeed.com. And GovSpend has been a partner of ours for several years. They provide all of the data in our webinars this year and in the past years. So GovSpend FedMine, they're the leading source of data, analytics, and insight for government contractors. They integrate data from 18 federal data sources and sets and create a single data base that places key data points at your fingertips. The platform now provides contract opportunities within thousands of entities at federal, state, and local education organizations. With the acquisition of FedMine in 2021, the combined GovSpend and FedMine solution empowers teams to make smarter decisions. Again, we want to thank GovSpend and FedMine for providing the data in the webinar series this year and previous years. Okay, a little bit about the schedule and the series. As we wind down, again, everything's recorded. You can find it on YouTube. We'd appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel, like a video, and or leave a comment behind one of the webinars that you're watching. If you're looking for the PowerPoints, they're over on SlideShare. You can log in with your LinkedIn credentials. It doesn't cost you anything. Everything we've completed is on our website and YouTube channel. If you go to our website, it's under the tab called Top 40. And here we are wrapping up November 15th, GlaxoSmithKline, good old big pharma. Contracting overview, we're assuming that most companies are participating in this webinar series because they're interested in being a sub to the larger businesses. So if that's the case, you want to make sure that you are compliant and you know exactly what you're signing up for, because subcontracting will have its own rules, regulations, and nuances. So FAR Part 44 will give you that explanation on subcontracting policies and procedures. And then DFARS, in case you're doing any work with Department of Defense, is listed right there. Again, those take you to our YouTube recorded videos on DFARS and the FAR. Okay, some other webinars that we've done on subcontracting. We kicked off this series in February of 2023 with subcontracting with the primes. We covered 6 different topics, starting from market research all the way through to compliance. You can get those recordings on the link there. In the middle of the screen, this covers what we did last year in 2022. We went through each of the 15 federal departments and we looked at the top 100 vendors and looked at kind of who was doing what. So we kind of sliced the data from different angles over the years. And then if you're looking for more tactical and strategic topics on subcontracting, mentor-protege, joint ventures, all of the different ways that companies can work together, we'd encourage you to go down to that last link where you can find over 30 webinars on the topic. If you're looking for some best practices, we're going to run through those real quick, and then we'll dig into the meat and potatoes here of GlaxoSmithKline. So if you are subcontracting, first you want to define what it is you do and do well. What is it that you're bringing to the table? And sometimes it is a special skill set that you have, a certain qualification or certification. Maybe it's past performance within the department or agency, a specific relationship that you have with a program manager, or perhaps a lower price or even a higher price to warrant a specific and unique skill set that you have. You want to identify opportunities and not just an agency or department where you want to target. You really need to be laser focused and very, very specific. That way you can make go, no-go decisions about federal contracting opportunities. And this way you won't be as reactive, you'll be a little more proactive because you'll know exactly what it is you're looking for. When you're looking for primes, you also want to evaluate and look at the incumbent as well. And there's so many free public websites that are out there, all listed there on the bottom, and there's obviously many more. If you're not an expert at kind of navigating through those, we suggest that you work with any of the data aggregators that we highlighted just a few moments ago in the sponsor presentation. Do your homework. Again, there's public websites out there. The OSDBUs and the SBLOs and the OSBPs are not there to do your homework for you. You need to do that yourself. So again, you want to sleuth as much as you can about these companies, everything from Google News to find out, are they buying companies? Are they selling off their government division? Have they been accused of fraud? Have they won a big government contract? Are they, what's happening within the company? And then you want to customize your capability statement for the opportunity as well as for the company. And then obviously you're going to overlay some of your agency and or department experience to make everything relevant on that capability statement. So each opportunity, especially if you are looking for a partner, whether it's joint venture or subcontracting or mentor protege, should have a specific and unique capability statement, again, for that specific opportunity. Once you've got all of this, you've completed all of your homework, which is going to take you some time, then we suggest you start connecting on LinkedIn with the small business liaison officers and the program managers. Again, do not ask them what opportunities are out there. That is public data. Do your homework, register on their website, find out what events they're attending, what conferences they're going to, where you're then going to have an opportunity to look at them eye to eye, face to face, shake a hand, and everything else. Sign up for their newsletter. And some companies are going to have more robust information than others, but the more you can stay aware of these companies, the better off you're going to be, the more educated you'll be about either wanting to do business with them or not. Okay, today is GlaxoSmithKline, now commonly known as GSK. Some basic information. This takes you to their website. Stock price, so they are publicly traded based out of London, England, and they are traded on the New York Stock Exchange as well as the London Exchange. When we look at their US price, it's coming in at about $35, $36. Obviously that fluctuates with various occurrences happening, including COVID, and you can see kind of how they fared during COVID contracting with billions of dollars, and obviously made some money then. Small business registration, they've got a section there for innovation and partnership, and they've also got their supplier diversity with all of their check boxes and alphabet soup. You can register there in the supplier registration portal, pretty easy to find on their website, which is nice. When we go over to sam.gov, this is the UEI that we're looking at, and their LinkedIn quite some time. Previously worked at Microsoft. If you're looking for their supplier diversity folks, again, after you've done your homework, be sure that you do have a specific opportunity that you are going to bring to them. These guys, again, are not there, guys and gals are not there to do your homework for you. Okay, on the civilian side, they've got obviously some decent money thanks to good old COVID. And you can see some fluctuation though. When we look at fiscal year 2020, close to $1 billion, then they drop in fiscal year 2021. I'm just looking at the totals now. They drop about 200 million, a little bit more than 200 million, but then they rebound there in fiscal year 2022 with, again, a little bit of a drop in 2023. 2024 remains to be seen. Obviously, the biggest numbers are coming in at HHS, and you can further evaluate those dollars over the last couple of fiscal years. I'd actually encourage you to go back even further than fiscal year 2020, just to start making some assumptions about trends and just their business in general. When we look at the defense side, we're still looking at some pretty strong numbers with fiscal year 2022 showing the greatest numbers at 1.6, which is more than what we saw on any of the civilian agencies. Army obviously is kind of leading the charge. I'd encourage you to dig a little bit deeper on SAM or FPDS to evaluate where those dollars within the Army are going, perhaps some of the research labs and that sort of thing. Nothing on the independent side and nothing on the legislative side to show their top 5 NAICS codes. No surprise here. With medicinal manufacturing, pharma, R&D, biologics, and medical wholesalers. No surprises. On the sub-K side here, these are going to be contracts that are valued at $750,000 or above. That are then going to require a subcontracting component to them, and this is more or less going to mirror what we saw on the earlier slides. So again, HHS, the VA, Justice, and State Department. Same thing there on the defense side. Army kind of leading the charge. DLA has some growth as well. Keep in mind, I repeat this for the last 40 weeks I've been repeating this, that fiscal year 2023 still has incomplete numbers. So DoD is always 3 months delayed in reporting. So whatever we see here and whatever we saw in those earlier slides, again, they are missing some numbers. So I'd encourage you to go back and pull these numbers in January of 2024, early January, maybe the first or second week. By then you should have the totals, which will give you a clearer picture. And I'd encourage you to do that for any of these companies that you're looking at. Independent agencies, again, there was nothing. And here is just the numbers here for the Army, which is the 20 million. And when we look at industry, again, it's big pharma. And the subcontractor here, when we look at the top 10 sub-awardees, there's really nothing to note aside from this ASD specialty healthcare. I'm not sure, I haven't done much research on them. I haven't done any research on them, to be clear. So I'd encourage you to dig a little bit deeper to find out who they are in relation to Glaxo. And find out a little bit more about their operations, especially if it's a company that, especially if GSK is a company that you want to do business with. And then here, this is just further detail here on the subcontracts on ASD Specialty Healthcare. And again, those are 2 contracts at 10 million each. And you can see the dates there are December 8th of 2021 and October 9th of 2021. Both for a very even 10K. Again, I'd look at that company in further detail. The top 5 GWACs, government-wide acquisition contracts, nothing to show. Contracts that are 750 and expiring, $750,000 and above that are expiring. Again, that's the threshold for subcontracting. I'd encourage you to kind of copy and paste or dig a little bit deeper into sam.gov or USA spending or FPDS to get the devil's always going to be in the details here to find more information about these contracts. Conclusions, as we mentioned earlier, British company headquartered in London, 70 to 100,000 employees. That's going to include their subsidiaries. Publicly traded, they're obviously they've got locations all over the world. They merged, the company was started in the year 2000 via a merger. In 2012, they've had some negative news here. They were the largest indicted on the largest healthcare fraud and largest settlement by a healthcare company. You guys can read the information there on how much they had to pay, which is really just pennies to this big pharma company. April 2022, May, and April 2023, they've spent some money on some acquisitions to further expand their business. Again, pharmaceutical company, no surprise. You can see here what they do. They're active also with the WHO. Here's the money they got for COVID. And then January of 2022, 600,000 more doses of their COVID-19 therapy. And that's it. So good old GSK. Thanks for joining us in our series this year. We hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned for what we're going to cover in 2024. And again, you can find all of our webinars on our YouTube channel. There's 600 plus there, all complimentary, thanks to our great sponsors. And again, thanks everybody who's taken time out of their day to join us in our webinar series. Thanks again, and please leave us a comment over on the YouTube channel. We'd love to hear from you. And again, this is the series, and we're finished, so that's a wrap.